off. Hot Omelet out well from the inside, flashing the tail early. Alberta Be Mine, Mimi's Holiday, and Born to Be Good all trying to apply the pressure. Dropping back early as expected is Doodle Dandy. But as they race into the clubhouse turn, the advantage goes to Hot Omelet. It's Hot Omelet up by a length over Alberta Be Mine, racing in the 3-path with Born to Be Good 2 wide. Mimi's Holiday is on the rail in 4th, 2.5 lengths off the leaders. 2 more lengths back to Doodle Dandy, who's only 5 off the early lead. The opening quarter was 23 and 2. It is Hot Omelet leading the charge as they turn into the backside. Hot Omelet and Cheyenne Kerr lead by a length. Alberta Be Mine watches from second, a length and a half better than the pair of Born to Be Good and Mimi's Holiday. 3 more lengths back to Doodle Dandy at the back. 4.5 furlongs left to travel. Hot Omelet remains untested on the lead. It's Hot Omelet up by 1.5 with Alberta Be Mine and Kirk Johnson biding their time from second, 47 flat for the half. Mimi's Holiday tries to get going from the inside as Born to Be Good is asked for more. Still at the back, Doodle Dandy. Hot Omelet has opened up a 3-length advantage as they race within the 3 furlong pole. It's Hot Omelet on top. Alberta Be Mine pushed along from second. Born to Be Good is trying to counterpunch Mimi's Holiday, who had been traveling better. Still at the back, Doodle Dandy. 3 quarters, 1:12 and 3. It's Hot Omelet leading the way up by 2 at the head of the lane, yet to be asked for more. Hot Omelet on top. Alberta Be Mine going to try and come up the rail. Born to Be Good down the far outside, but Hot Omelet is still cruising on the lead. It's Hot Omelet up by 3. Alberta Be Mine well clear for second. The battle is for show between Mimi's Holiday and Born to Be Good. Hot Omelet getting tired at the end, but going to hold on. It's Hot Omelet on top. Hot Omelet by a length and a half over Alberta Be Mine. Mimi's Holiday, Born to Be Good, and then Doodle Dandy, 145 and 2. And they're off. Sweet Serenade out a bit slowly. Silver Candace broke like a bullet from the rail. Crafty Oaks also showing speed on the outside. Good early position for Super Cop, who's going to be 2 lengths off the leaders in third, then another 2.5 to Mountain Sound in fourth. The trailer, about 8 lengths off the leader, is Sweet Serenade. Silver Candace not letting Crafty Oaks have an easy time of it. They're head and head as they reach the opening quarter in a quick 21 and 4. Super Cop still watching from third. Mountain Sound is fourth with 6 lengths to make up on the leaders. Then it's another 3 back to Sweet Serenade. They race within the 3 furlong marker. Silver Candace still has the head in front of Crafty Oaks. Mountain Sound begins to gather momentum. She's about to join Super Cop. Still at the back, Sweet Serenade. Just over a quarter of a mile to go, and the lead still belongs to Silver Candace as Crafty Oaks is asked for more. 45 and 1 to the half. Mountain Sound is gathering them in with every stride. Room up the inside for Super Cop if good enough. Crafty Oaks and Silver Candace still dueling, but here's Mountain Sound down the far outside. Mountain Sound trying to get past a stubborn Crafty Oaks. Mountain Sound puts the head in front, and Mountain Sound is going best. Mountain Sound and Edgar Zenteno by 1. Second was Crafty Oaks, then Silver Candace and Super Cop, 1, 10, and 3. And they're off. Taproom broke sharply from the center. Night Saber is also showing some speed with Bamboo's Babe looking for position along the inside. Between horses is Now You See Me racing 3 deep, Always Rosie. Wicked Sense is racing towards the back with the favorite, In It to Win It. Taproom is sprinted clear to a 2-length lead as they round the opening turn. Racing in second on the outside, that is Night Saber with Bamboo's Babe pocketed up in third. Now You See Me is taken back to save some ground. In It to Win It advancing into contention with Always Rosie racing 3 deep, and the new trailer is Wicked Sense. Opening quarter was a moderate 25 seconds flat. It is Taproom and Omar Marino leading the way, being watched intently by Night Saber on the outside. In It to Win It has already gained into third, overtaking Bamboo's Babe. Now You See Me racing in fifth. Always Rosie sixth, and still at the back is Wicked Sense. Taproom has now been headed by Night Saber. These two duel into the far turn as they pass the half in 48 and 1. In It to Win It is in third. It's a gap back to fourth, 7 more lengths back to Bamboo's Babe, who's about to be joined by Always Rosie. Now You See Me calls it quits as Wicked Sense tries to rally from the back. Taproom has repelled the challenge of Night Saber. The only threat now is In It to Win It. It's Taproom up by 4 at the 8th pole. In It to Win It is not doing enough. Night Saber still holding second, but Taproom has dominated this field on the front end. It's Taproom and Omar Marino. In It to Win It closing late ground, but not enough. Taproom will hold on to win by 4. In It to Win It second, then Night Saber and Always Rosie, 126 and 2. And they're off. A very level beginning. Grand Ambition straight to the lead from the center of the gate. Abe honestly asked to keep up from the 4-hole. Third on the inside is Easy Access with Core splitting horses. Sunyani is racing in fifth, 3 wide on the course, and the trailer is Spite Store. Leading the charge into the turn, it is the favorite Grand Ambition. He's up by a length over Abe honestly. Core and Sunyani share position as Spite Store tries to get a rally going, overtaking Easy Access, who now trails the field. 22 and 2 for the opening quarter. Grand Ambition not asked yet. He's opened up 4 lengths at the quarter pole. Abe honestly tries to call it quits. Sunyani 3 deep. Up the inside, Core. Spite Store is going to try and rally down the far outside, but they have 7 lengths to make up on Grand Ambition. Grand Ambition has blown this field out of the water, and he did it early. He's up by 8. Sunyani is second. Core going to try and hold on for third, but Grand Ambition is a ton the best. It's Grand Ambition by Juan Crawford. The margin was 6. Sunyani, then Core and Spite Store. 5 furlongs and 57 flat. And they're off. Out well from the inside is Loaded Secret, Misty Point ridden along, and from the far outside, Seguiri is under a bit of a hold. Fix Your Hair Up Pretty with good early position. It's a gap of 3 to the trailing pair of Connect It and Ghostly Perfection. Down the backside they go, leading the way. It is Loaded Secret with Running Argument and Misty Point on both sides. Seguiri is stalking from 4th, 2 lengths off the leader. Another 2.5 back to Fix Your Hair Up Pretty as they complete the opening quarter in 23 seconds flat. Less than a half mile to go. Ghostly Perfection is racing in 6th, the length better than the trailer, Connect It. They roll into the far turn. It's Loaded Secret with a 3/4 of a length advantage over Running Argument. Sigiriya cruises up in the 3-path as Misty Point begins to tire. Fix Your Hair Up Pretty tries to commence a rally in the 2-path with Ghostly Perfection angling wide. Still at the back is Connected. 46 and 2 to the half. They're 3 across the track at the quarter pole. Running Argument and Sigiriya put away Loaded Secret. It's Sigiriya in the 3-path with the lead. Here comes a rally from Fix Your Hair Up Pretty. Ghostly Perfection down the far outside. Sigiriya has the lead. Fix Your Hair Up Pretty looks like the big threat. Ghostly Perfection coming for a small share. Running Argument is still there, but Sigiriya is going best in the final 70 yards. It's going to be Sigiriya by 2. Sigiriya wins over Fix Your Hair Up Pretty, then Running Argument and Ghostly Perfection, 119 flat. And they're off. Dot's Vision broke sharply from the center. Thelonious and Mr. Meeseeks also forwardly placed with Gus's Gamble from the far outside. Turf and Surf is under a hold early. Dragon's Brew is well positioned on the inside, racing in 5th with Cupid's Claws following him. Well back to Readout's Light. He must have 12 lengths at least to make up on the leader. The pace is being set by Dot's Vision. He's up by a length over Gus's Gamble as they turn into the backside. Thelonious finds himself in a pocket, racing a length better than Dragon's Brew in the 2-path. Racing in 5th on the inside is Mr. Meeseeks, who's been shuffled back a bit. Turf and Surf making a wide advance with Cupid's Claws splitting foes. Well back to Readout's Light, who's in a race of his own at the back. Dot's Vision continues to lead the way. He went the opening quarter in 25 and 1. He's being pressed by Gus's Gamble. Thelonious, Dragon's Brew, and Turf and Surf races a trio next. Cupid's Claws follows that group. He's racing a length better than Mr. Meeseeks, and Readout's Light still at the back. 49 and 1 to the half. The pressure being applied to Dot's Vision as Gus's Gamble is there, and Dragon's Brew ranging up 3 wide. Turf and Surf is 4th on the outside of Thelonious. Cupid's Claws looking for somewhere to go. Mr. Meeseeks trying to gather momentum. They swing for the drive. It's Dragon's Brew in the 3-path. Dragon's Brew, Gus's Gamble, Dot's Vision not done with. Thelonious trying to split horses. Turf and Surf down the far outside. It's anyone's race at the 8th pole. Dot's Vision finding more. Gus's Gamble. Here comes Turf and Surf. Dragon's Brew. Who's it going to be at the wire? Turf and Surf gets up. Turf and Surf over Dot's Vision. Dragon's Brew. Late closing rallies from Cupid's Claws and Mr. Meeseeks. Thelonious was there, 126 and 1. gentlemen, welcome back to another week of racing here at Fort Erie Racetrack. Much nicer weather than we've had the last couple of weeks. This is more comfortable southern summer weather. It's a sunny day, 22 degrees Celsius or 72 Fahrenheit. A nice breeze at 8 miles per hour. Main track is fast. The turf course is firm with the rail out 12 feet, 29 minutes to first post. Visit our website, forterieracing.com, for information about everything going on here at the track. Tune into the pre-race show to get info about the track conditions, scratches and changes, handicapping selections, and info about upcoming races and events. Racing is back tomorrow at Fort Erie. Post time again is 4:30. And also tomorrow, stick around after the last race, we'll have our free concert at the Tiki Bar featuring Crude. Fort Foodie Fest returns on Sunday, July 27th. Don't miss out on the delicious action. Post time is 12:15. More dog racing action returns to the Border Oval on Sunday, August 17th, when the Basset Hound and Corgi races are coming back. Save the date, the 90th running of the Prince of Wales Stakes is taking place on Tuesday, September 9th. New for Prince of Wales Day this year is the fashion contest. Come out to see who will be crowned the best dressed at the 90th Prince of Wales. And we've got new merch for just $10. You can come and get your 90th Prince of Wales coffee mug. Be sure to book your table in the Turfside Dining Room, open on live racing days. Reservations are recommended. Head down to the Paddock Shack for burgers, hot dogs, sausages, fries, and poutine, plus beer and soft drinks, located near the walking ring. Treat your team to an exciting day at the races. It's only $12.39 per person. The track pack includes one food item, one drink, and a Fort Erie live racing program. For more information, go to our website. Become a member of HPIBet.com today. Get $100 when you bet $100, plus your first bet is on us. Once again, we're having non-winning ticket draws here today. Bring your non-winning tickets to the customer service desk to enter the prize draw. Today's prize draw features a autographed Prince of Wales t-shirt signed by winning jockey Justin Stein. Tune into your TV Niagara for the Fort Erie Race Replay Show, Channel 700, Thursdays at 10:30 and Saturdays at 10. I want to say thank you to our partners at Oneida New Holland of Niagara for providing us with a new tractor for maintenance this season. Jackpot High Five wagering offered in today's sixth race to carryover is up to $24,658. Smoking is allowed in designated areas only at Fort Erie Racetrack. No food or beverage are allowed in these areas, and no cannabis is allowed on the property. Up next are today's changes. Race 1 is clear, no changes in the first. In race 2, we have a rider change on the number 4, Taylor Moon. Make the rider Emil Ramsamy and correct the weight to 124 pounds. No changes in race 3. In race 4, we have a rider change on the number 1, Cowboys Sequel. Make the rider Melanie Pinto. We have an overweight on the number 2, Come to the Dark Side. The rider will be 1 pound over at 119. And take note that the number 6, Shako, will race as a first-time gelding. Race 5 has no changes. In race 6, the number 3, Ontario Holiday, we have a rider change. Make the rider Melanie Pinto. Great to be back here for another week of racing here at Fort Erie Racetrack. Six races on tap today, fast and firm. Let's take a look at our selections. Race 1 is a claiming race for 3-year-olds and up which have not won a race this year or which have never won 4 races. We're going 1 mile and 1/16 over the main track for a claiming price of $5,000 down to $4,750. Early pick 4 wager kicks off here. It's a field of 5. I've gone to the number 3, Palace Prince, for Julie Mathis and Terry Husbands. Palace Prince has been racing well all season. Has picked up a check in every start. He finishes gamely. Last time he was 3rd in a sprint at the $6,000 level. That was just 2 weeks ago. But he can go the 2-turn distance, I think. He's won at a mile and 16th before. I think he'll be fairly tactically placed, and I think he could break through today. Number 4, Strong Ending, looking for his first win since 2023. He just missed second last time in a race that was easily won by Mia and me. Should appreciate stretching out to the 1.16 after 2 sprints to kick off the season. Ishmael Mascara rides this one for trainer Richard Davis. On the inside, number 1, Thelonious. He ran very well. He was 6th, but that was a very close finish on the turf course last week. Got beat 1.25 for everything. One going 1.16 on the dirt last year. Not a bad horse at all. Good post. Juan Crawford going to ride this one for owner-trainer Armin Kinsesi. Race 2 is a claiming race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race this year or which have never won 4. 6 furlongs the distance, $5,000 down to $4,750 the claiming price. Pick 5 wager starts here. It's another field of 5. I like the favorite. Number 2, Tamina. Tamina is another Julie Mathis trainee. Kirk Johnson going to ride this one. She got beat 3/4 of length to Hot Omelette last time on June 24th. Hot Omelette, super tough here on the Fort Erie dirt. Came back to win again last week. I think Tamina is going to be one of the main speed factors here. Likes this surface, and I think she's primed for a win. Number 3, Rifling, an easy winner against 4,000 non-winners of 3 on July 1st over a sloppy track. She's a very frequent check earner. Has some speed. Melanie Pinto riding for Mike Blake. I think this is the obvious other horse other than Tamina. And on the outside, number 5, Nicole's Song. Distant third last time behind Chrome's Big Break and Ash Cardinelli. Chrome's Big Break last year's Horse of the Year. That was Nicole's Song's best effort of the season. This is a horse who likes to be on the outside, gets along well with Omar Marino, and I wouldn't be surprised if she runs better at a half-decent price. Race 3 is a claimer for 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race this year or which have never won 4. We're going 6 furlongs for a price of $6,250 down to $6,000. The late pick 4 starts here. Going price shopping here with the outside number 6, My Two Aunt Jones. My Two Aunt Jones, the winningest horse in this race, 10 wins and 49 lifetime starts, was terrible last time. Basically eased up. Dropping in for $6,250 out of a bunch of tough starters. You know this horse is capable of much better than that. And if you look back in January, he had a bit of a flat race at Mahoning where he got beat 10 lengths, came back 20 days later and won. So I think with the class drop, rider change to Edgar Zenteno. Josh Robillard trains this one. My Two Aunt Jones can turn things around. Number 2, Where Is Essa, is another class dropper here. Finished 4th by 1.25 to Bella Future last time. It's a pretty good reference. Where Is Essa? Been a handy horse here at Fort Erie. He's been in the top 3 in 5 starts out of 7 on the Fort Erie dirt. He's got some speed. Terry Husbands and Julie Mathis team up again on Where Is Essa. Number 5, Ernie's Martini. He was flat on June 30th in a race where Is Essa was 2nd. Before that, ran 2nd on opening day behind Kitty Holiday. Leo Sala's riding this one for trainer Kevin Buttigieg. Ernie's Martini. He's a bit of a hit or miss, but I think he'll run a little bit better this time. Race 4 is a maiden claimer. 3-year-olds and up going 6 furlongs for a price of $6,250 down to $6,000. Final pick 3 of the day starts here. This is a field of 7 maidens. Class drop on the number 5, Sweeping Red. This is where myself, Ashley, and the DRF are all leaning. Chris Husbands riding this one for Kevin Buttigieg. Ran an okay race on debut in the Sprint into Summer Cup. Was showing some finishing interest. Came back in a maiden special weight on June 23rd and just was empty. Showed some speed, got in a bit of trouble, and had no resistance. Dropping in for a tag. Doesn't have much to beat here. I think Sweeping Red, capable of a better effort at this level. Number 6, Shaco, is a first-time gelding coming up for owner-trainer Paul Alosher. This one was racing at the fairgrounds over the winter. Was not showing much for 12.5 there. Some speed in routes, if that counts for anything. I just don't think he's got a very tough field here. And not that a 12.5 maiden in New Orleans is the best horse ever, but probably tougher than what he's facing here. Take note, he is a first-time gelding. And on the outside, number 7, JMR Torino. I didn't think his debut at Woodbine was a bad effort, 8 by 6 3/4, but I thought he showed a little bit of interest. Hasn't done much running since. Gets on the dirt for the first time. This one has been moved to the Ken Albu barn. Omar Marino riding JMR Torino. Race 5 is a maiden allowance race for 3-year-olds and up. We're going about 5 furlongs over the turf course to kick off the late double. I'm taking a look at the number 6, the Great PJ. I liked his debut in a maiden special on June 30th. He was finishing up pretty well after a poor break. Then last time on the turf, he got interfered with so badly on the first turn, taken out almost to the outside fence, took a long time to recover, got beat 12 lengths, lost a lot of ground in that interference. So I can't hold that against the Great PJ. I'm not sure 5 furlongs is the best distance, but I just think that last race is a cross out and the first race was promising. At a decent price, the Great PJ worth a look. Ishmael Mascara riding for owner-trainer George Newland. I think the favorite will be the number 5, Video Evidence. Video Evidence was second in the Sprint into Summer Cup, then went to Woodbine, tried the synthetic, did not do anything. Came back to Fort Erie and ran a good second behind Speedy Bullet in a maiden special weight on June 23rd. I think he's going to show speed. Kirk Johnson riding this one for Julie Mathis. We'll see how this son of big screen takes to the turf. Then the number 2, A Fleet Prince, is another one who figures to take money for the red-hot Nick Malini barn. Edgar Zenteno rides. A Fleet Prince ran twice at Woodbine last year, showed some speed but no finish. He was training up at Woodbine and has now been brought down to Malini very recently. We'll see how he takes to the turf and the easier company. Last race of the day, race 6, is a claimer for 3-year-olds and up which have never won 2. It's a 5-furlong sprint for a price of $62.50, down to $6,000, $24,000 in the jackpot high 5 carryover. It's a field of 8. I'm gone to the inside, number 1, Victory Town. This one goes for Danny Wills. This one is sent down by Sittard from Woodbine. Victory Town 1 for 20. Ran a lot of good races last year, though. Had a couple of seconds. Back in September, got beat a neck, going 5.5 for $25,000. Obviously a horse with problems. They've evaluated where he belongs. He's been down here with Wills most of the season. Lots of breezes on the page. Ishmael Mascara rides. I just think he's the class for this, in search of this second lifetime win. Another Woodbine invader is the number 8, Imperial Star, coming down for Frank and Chris Huarte. Leo Sala's riding. Imperial Star races with bar shoes. He showed some speed last time and got tired in the stretch. He's run some okay races at the $7,000 level at Woodbine. Has some okay breezes over the training track there, which is a dirt surface. I think maybe the easier company and the surface change could help Imperial Star. Then the number 7, Hey Luigi. He was running well at the end of the Woodbine season. Claimed for $5,000, came back for 10 on December 7th, and ran on pretty well to be 4th behind Dissectologist, Sparkle. That's a pretty good group for 10,000 nominators of 2. Joe Humber sends this one out. You're going to get the 5 pounds off with Alexis Sanchez in the saddle. Hey Luigi to round things out. There you have it, 17 minutes to first post, 6 races on tap today. Best of luck with all of your wagers, and enjoy your day here at Fort Erie Racetrack.
It's easy to make a bet on HPIBet.com. Follow these simple steps and you'll be betting in no time. First, go to the HPIBet.com website. Sign in to your HPIBet account. Find the track and race you want to bet on. Click on the Place Bet button. Click on the bet type you want to wager with. Click on the amount you want to wager. Click on the horse you want to wager on. Click on the green Place Bet button. Review your bet confirmation information. It's all done. Remember, all this can be done on most mobile devices. Now cheer on your pick to victory.
Race number one here on the main track at 1.16 miles. It's a $5,000 claiming event for colts and geldings, 3-year-olds and upward. And we'll kick things off with number 4, Strong Ending, who always been a favorite horse of mine here locally, a horse that tries every single time, a former horse of the year, who I think when you look at his races so far this year, he's run his race. He's just come up third in both of them. I think in the first race, Commander Joe and Brady O'Brady, very tough challengers. And then more recently, a little farther back than I think he wanted to be. I think that worked against him. I think now really love him finally getting to go 2 turns. The connections have kind of aimed him towards this last year, and they had to wait late to do it, and that's where we saw some of his best performances. So for me, I think just the stretch out alone makes him the horse to beat. Others to look at, the number 1, Thelonious in the field, a horse that was 6th last time out. He only missed by a length and a quarter in a race. It sort of, was compact in the end, and for him, I think it was getting 2 turns. I don't think the turf is his preferred surface, but he was moving well and motoring towards the end of that race. And another one that So only going to appreciate the stretch out on the main track. And you look at his performances last year, his one win came around 2 turns. He was in for 5,000 at the mile and 16th distance. And I like that he draws the rail, and I love that he reunites with Juan Crawford, who's had some success aboard him in the past. And finally, the number 2, Classy Whisper, this one for Paul Loescher, was second to kind of cap the season last year. He was picked out of that event for 5,000. Since then, just things haven't necessarily panned out for him. They've obviously looked for spots where they could get him to go long. They haven't been able to go long on the dirt with him yet. This is just going to be his second time on the main track. But a horse that his races last year would certainly put him in the mix, and maybe just going a longer distance here on the main track will allow him to take a step forward. But for me, the number 4 Strong Ending, I think he's going to be extremely tough to beat. Good luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's first race. Race 1 is a claiming race for 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race in 2025 or which have never won 4 races. We're going for a claiming price of $5,000 down to $4,750. Traveling a distance of 1 mile and 1/16, competing for a purse of $15,750. Race 1 offers win, place, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, 20-cent pick 3, and 20-cent pick 4 wagering. First to parade, number 1, Thelonious. Juan Crawford riding for owner-trainer Armin Concessi. Number 2 is Classy Whisper, racing for Christopher Colaleo. Edgar Zenteno in the saddle for trainer Paula Loescher. Number 3 is Palace Prince. Terry Husbands rides for Julie Mathis and Alicia Robillard. Number 4, Strong Ending. Ishmael Mascara riding for trainer Richard Davis, who owns with Trevor Shand. Completing the field is number 5, Santiago Salsa. Alexis Sanchez rides for trainer Howard Keene, who owns in partnership with D. Ben Canhai. 2 minutes to post for race 1. Early pick 4 wager kicks off here. Field for race 1 is approaching the starting gate. Last call to get your race 1 wagers in. The current favorite at 9-5 is the number 4, Strong Ending. Race 1 kicks off the early pick 4 on today's card. Field for race 1 is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. First of 6 on a Monday here at Fort Erie Racetrack. First to go in will be Thelonious with Juan Crawford. Classy Whisper and Edgar Zenteno to gate 2. Palace Prince with Terry Husbands. Strong Ending. Ishmael Mascara aboard. Co-favorite at 2-1 with Palace Prince. Last in will be Santiago Salsa and Alexis Sanchez. All set. And they're off. Pretty level beginning. Strong Ending is showing speed. In between horses is Palace Prince, and Classy Whisper also hustled. Up the rail, Thelonious now vying for position. The early trailer will be Santiago Salsa. Strong Ending is taken back after braking sharply. 3 across the track as they roll into the clubhouse turn. In the center, it's Classy Whisper with Thelonious. 3 deep, Palace Prince. The gap of 2.5 back to Santiago Salsa, who's got the neck in front of Strong Ending racing wide. The opening quarter was a moderate 25 seconds flat. There's 6 furlongs left to travel, and the advantage belongs to Classy Whisper and Edgar Zenteno. Palace Prince is pressing in the 3 path with Thelonious along the rail. 3 more lengths to Santiago Salsa, who's racing a length better than a patiently handled Strong Ending. They race within the 5 furlong pole. Little has changed. Classy Whisper still on top, but Thelonious is now rebidding on the rail as they pass the half in 49-2. Palace Prince still watching from 3rd. Santiago Salsa 2 lengths back in 4th. Strong Ending still waiting in the trailing spot. The lead now belongs to Thelonious. He's put the head in front of Classy Whisper as they move into the far turn. Palace Prince is traveling well. Santiago Salsa 4th. Strong Ending has 6 lengths to make up on the leaders. Thelonious and Palace Prince duke it out as they pass 3 quarters in 1:13-4, and Thelonious has responded to the challenge of Palace Prince, who's under some right-handed encouragement. Classy Whisper trying to hold the minor shares as Strong Ending winds up his rally. Santiago Salsa wide on the course. Thelonious is up by 1.5. Palace Prince is trying to come back at the 8th pole. It's Thelonious and Juan Crawford. Palace Prince second. These two are drawing off from the rest of the competition. Thelonious has the advantage, and Thelonious will hold on. It's Thelonious to open up the day by a length over Palace Prince. Photo for show between Santiago Salsa and Strong Ending, 146-1. Unofficial in race 1, the winner is number 1, Thelonious. Second was the 3, Palace Prince. Third, number 5, Santiago Salsa in the photo. Fourth was number 4, Strong Ending. Unofficial race 1 order is 1-3-5-4. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's first race, number 1, Thelonious. Thelonious is a 6-year-old dark bay or brown gelding by Commissioner out of Tactical Gift, bred here in Ontario by John Lennox and Robert Carey. Juan Crawford, now the leading rider. He's up by 1 over Edgar Zenteno with the win on Thelonious. He is owned and trained by Armin Concessi. First win of the season for Thelonious, his 6th lifetime win in 49 starts. He completes the 1 mile and 1/16th distance in a time of 1:46 and 1. Congratulations to the connections of Thelonious. Hold all tickets until race 1 is made official. Race 1 is now official. Prices are up. Thelonious returned $870 to win, $290 and $270. Second was the 3 Palace Prince, $260 to place, $230. Third, number 5 Santiago Salsa with $630 to show. $2 exacta, 1-3, 15.30. The $1 try, 135, 74.25. $1 super, 1354, 95.95. We're having non-winning ticket draws today here at Fort Erie. Bring your non-winning tickets to the customer service desk to enter the prize draw. Today's prize draw features an autographed Prince of Wales t-shirt signed by winning jockey Justin Stein. Race 2 is coming up in 17 minutes. We have a rider change on the number 4 Taylor Moon. Make the rider Emil Ramsamy. Correct the weight to 124 pounds. 17 minutes to post.
Race number 2 up next, a $5,000 claiming event for fillies and mares that have not won a race in 2025 or 4 races in their career. We're on the main track here at the 6 furlong distance, and I think in terms of the betting support, the 2 Tamana and the 3 Rifling are going to take the left. It's kind of a toss-up between who you want to pick. I go to the 3 Rifling based out on that last out effort, and in terms of how she won it, she won very easily. She wasn't favored on the morning line. She should have. She went off at a really short price, but a commanding performance. She had been firing good efforts late last year, even in her return to the races. And I think looking at her style, she's tactical. She does not need the lead to win. She can be close to it. She can close from off of it. So that gives her connections here a lot of options. And ultimately, that's kind of why I pick her on top. But the 2 Tamana, she's not going to go down without a fight. She was really gritty last time out, but Hot Omelet, who's had a great season so far, was able to get the best of her. And I think Tamana's figure is obviously better than Rifling's. Got a 61 finishing second. But, she's obviously going to face creative performance again. Nicole Song, she was able to best them last time out. As I mentioned, Hot Omelet this year, 2 wins from 3 starts here over the main track at 2 completely different distances. So, Tamana, I think's maybe lost a step since we saw her last year. She was pretty fierce in some of her races and a handy horse. I mean, she can basically run on anything, but I think the price is going to be pretty short on her. And I think she needs to be forward in here to have a big shot based on how I think the race flow is going to shape up for her. So finally, the number 5, Nicole Song. You got to look at her. I think she's taken a little bit to get going. Her first 2 races, I don't love them. She just didn't have any sort of a punch in there. And then last time out, she was third. She was a distant third, though, behind her other rivals. And that's a little concern for me. I think everyone else is going to have the jump on her. But based on her resume, based on what we saw last year, she could probably get a piece against this group. But the main 2, the 2 Tamana and the 3 Rifling, will take the respect. And I'm going to go with the 3 Rifling. Good luck.
field is making their way on track for today's second race. Race 2 is a claiming race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race in 2025 or which have never won 4 races. We're going for a claiming price of $5,000 down to $4,750. Traveling a distance of 6 furlongs, competing for a purse of $15,750. Race 2 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, 20-cent pick 3, and 20-cent pick 5 wagering. Race 2 post parade, number 1 is Creative Performance. Pierre Mailhot rides for owner-trainer John Sims. Bruno Schickedanz owns the number 2, Tamina. Kirk Johnson rides, Julie Mathis trains. Number 3 is Rifling. Melanie Pinto in the saddle for trainer Mike Blake and owners Ascot Stud, Michael Blake Sr., Norm Files, Sean Brinda, and Amanda Enns. Number 4 is Taylor Moon. Emil Ramsamy picks up the mount for trainer Bill McMahon and owner Janelle McMahon. Completing the field is Tessa Pacero's number 5, Nicole's Song. Omar Marino riding for trainer Joe Humber. Pick 5 wagering kicks off here in the second. Starting gate is in position. Last call to get your race 2 wagers in. Heavy favorite at 1-2 is the number 2 Tamina. 5-2 support for the number 3 Rifling. They're heading to gate. Field for race 2 is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. First to come up is Creative Performance and Pierre Mailhot. Tamina at 3-5 under Kirk Johnson. Last out winner Rifling and Melanie Pinto. Taylor Moon and Emil Ramsamy. Goes up. Last in will be Nicole Song and Omar Marino. All set. And they're off. Nicole's Song was out well from the outside. Tamina is showing speed with Rifling in the center. Along the rail, Creative Performance. The early trailer will be Taylor Moon, but loose on the lead now by 2 lengths. It's the favorite, Tamina. Tamina and Kirk Johnson will make the pace. They're up by 2 over Creative Performance, who's advanced along the rail, but now being passed again by Rifling. Nicole's Song, after the good beginning, is back into 4th on the outside, and the trailer is Taylor Moon. 22-2 for the opening quarter. The pace still being set by Tamina, who's clear as they race into the far turn. 3 furlongs left to travel. Creative Performance asked to keep up from second, angling off the rail to launch her bid with Rifling 3 deep. It's 6 lengths back to a struggling Nicole Song, about to be passed by Taylor Moon on her inside. They race within the quarter pole. Tamina still in control. The half was 45-4. At the head of the lane, it's Tamina. She's come off the rail a bit, but she's still clear by over a length. Rifling and Creative Performance are battling out for second as Tamina gets away at the 8th pole. Rifling now trying to launch a bid down the outside, but Tamina is holding. Tamina's opened up 3. Tamina kicking clear. It's Tamina and Kirk Johnson going on to a 3-length score. I think Rifling held second over a persistent Creative Performance, then Taylor Moon was 4th, 6 furlongs and 111 flat. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's second race, number 2, Tamina. Tamina is a 5-year-old dark bear brown mare by Frack Daddy out of Study Abroad, bred here in Ontario by Paul Moutet. Ridden to victory today by Kirk Johnson. Tamina is trained by Julie Mathis for Bruno Schickadans. 5th lifetime win for Tamina in 23 starts, her first win of the 2025 campaign. She makes the lead and kicks clear to complete the 6 furlongs in a time of 1:11 flat. Congratulations to the connections of Tamina. Hold all tickets until race 2 is made official. In the place photo, it was number 3 Rifling over the 1 Creative Performance, so your unofficial race 2 order is 2315. Race 2 is now official. Tamina delivers as the heavy favorite, 310 to win, 210 and 210. Second was the 3 Rifling, 230 to place and 210. Third, number 1 Creative Performance, 240 to show. $2 exacta 2-3 was $570. The $1 try 231 was $585. $1 super 2315 $795. And the $2 double 1-2 $14 even. On screen now is the place photo from race 2. Rifling with the nose down over Creative Performance. Couple of good events coming up here at Fort Erie Racetrack. Tomorrow, stick around after the last race for a free concert featuring Crude. That's at the Tiki Bar. And coming up this Sunday is Fort Foodie Fest returning. Don't miss out on the delicious action on our food truck festival starting at noon. Race 3 is coming up in 17 minutes. There are no changes.
Race number 3 on the card is another 6 furlong event, this time for the Colts and Geldings. $6,250 is the claiming price, and this is a really tricky race. You have a lot of class droppers. I think in terms of this level, this is probably one of the best $6,250 claimers we've had at the meet for that reason. And pace scenario is going to be interesting. I think the 2, whereas Essa has to be involved, I do make him the top pick, and I do have reservations. He is 0 for 4 this year, but another step down, where last time out he actually stepped up in class. He faced a tough bunch, and he still tried to run his race. He was part of the pace. He just came up a length and a quarter short, and I think here his class might allow him to prevail, but you go back to his return to the races, and my 2 Aunt Jones finished in front of him. So, I'm not going to say he's a lock. I do think, though, he is the horse to beat on paper. Now, the 3 Bill Needle absolutely loved his performance last time out. First off, he was a gift at that price, but he rallied from really far back, where Canadian Avro was part of the pace. Coherence tried to be somewhat forward, and he motors by them. If you watch the replay, pretty effortless from him. His ears are forward. He just looked so good doing it. I love that Chris Husband sticks with him. I know for him, he's taking a step up, right? He is facing horses like whereas Essa and even others that are more accomplished in their career, but his form has been really good, and I think, in my personal opinion, a $4,000 claim on him last year was a steal. So good job by trainer Kenny Albu, who also owns this one. And then finally from here, different directions to go in. I was torn between the 5 and the 6, for the 6 getting massive class relief, and the 5, Ernie's Martini. Just don't feel like he's gotten the trips that he wants. He had an off track last time out, which is not his preferred surface. He wants a drier main track. 2 starts back, I thought he got bumped around a little bit, and I think with that said, Kitty Holiday won that one. Kitty Holiday's had a very good season, is really into form. So Ernie's Martini takes a little bit of a drop down in class. At his best, he could be a nuisance to some in here, and very curious to see how he'll be bet. Torn if he'll take play or if he'll maybe float up in price. And regardless, I think he's one to use in the tickets. But for me, the 2, whereas Essa, I think the class relief alone and his early foot make him very tough. Good luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's third race. Race 3 is a claiming race for 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race in 2025 or which have never won 4 races. We're going for a claiming price of $6,250 down to $6,000. Traveling a distance of 6 furlongs, competing for a purse of $19,800. Race 3 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, 20-cent pick 3, and 20-cent late pick 4 wagering. Race 3 post parade, number 1 is Mia and Me. Juan Crawford riding for trainer Sharon Chicado, who owns with Jim Vatier and Michael Green. Number 2 is Where is Essa? Terry Husbands in the saddle for trainer Julie Mathis and owners Joseph and Charles Lowakano. Ken Albu owns and trains the number 3, Bill Needle. The rider is Chris Husbands. Number 4 is True Believe, racing for Centennial Farms Niagara. Kirk Johnson rides for trainer Dale DeRusso. Number 5 is Ernie's Martini. Leo Salas riding for trainer Kevin Buttigieg, and who owns with D. Snowden. Completing the field, number 6, My Two Aunt Jones. Edgar Zenteno riding for trainer Josh Robillard and owners Mamba 8 Racing and Icon Racing Stables. Late pick 4 wagering kicks off here in race 3. Race 3 field is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. 4 to 5 favorite is the number 2, Where is Essa? Looking to give trainer Julie Mathis a race-to-race double. First to load will be Mia and Me with Juan Crawford. Where is Essa? Terry Husbands. Last out winner, Bill Needle and Chris Husbands. Another last out winner, True Believe and Kirk Johnson, looking to score a natural double on the card. Ernie's Martini and Leo Salas. Last up will be My Two Aunt Jones and Edgar Zenteno. All set. And they're off. A level beginning, Mia and Me showing speed from the inside with Where is Essa? 3 deep on the course is My Two Aunt Jones. Ernie's Martini racing in mid-pack, 2 lengths better than Bill Needle, and the early trailer is True Believe. 5 lengths front to back, it's Mia and Me with the neck in front of Where is Essa? My Two Aunt Jones is stalking from the outside in front of a rank Ernie's Martini. Bill Needle with room up the inside to move into contention. He's racing 3 lengths better than the trailer, True Believe. 22 and 4 for the opening quarter. It's Mia and Me still being pressed by Where is Essa? Third on the inside, Bill Needle is in contention. My Two Aunt Jones begins to tire. He's passed by Ernie's Martini. Still at the back is True Believe. Just over a quarter of a mile to travel, and the duel is still going. It's Mia and Me, and Where is Essa? Ernie's Martini swings to the far outside. Bill Needle stalls a bit from the inside. It is still Where is Essa and Mia and Me slugging it out with a furlong to travel. Mia and Me on the inside. Now Where is Essa puts the head in front, but Mia and Me's not giving in. They're exchanging bumps at the 16th pole. Where is Essa going a bit better, and Where is Essa will prevail. Where is Essa by a head over a very game Mia and Me. Then Ernie's Martini and Bill Needle, 109 and 3. Unofficial in race 3, the winner is number 2, Where is Essa? Second was the 1, Mia and Me. Third, number 5, Ernie's Martini. And fourth, number 3, Bill Needle. Unofficial race 3 order, 2-1-5-3. Back to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's third race, number 2, Where is Essa? Where is Essa is a 6-year-old dark bear brown gelding by Signature Red out of Where is Egbert, bred here in Ontario by Paul Buttigieg. Ridden to victory today by Terry Husbands. Where is Essa is trained by Julie Mathis, a double on the card for trainer Julie Mathis. Where is Essa, owned by Joseph and Charles Lowakano. First win of the year for Where Is Essa, his 5th win in 32 career starts. He digs in and proves best on the front end to complete the 6 furlongs in a quick 109.3. Congratulations to the connections of Where Is Essa. Hold all tickets until race 3 is made official. Race 3 is now official. Where Is Essa returned 340 to win, 210 and 210. Second was the 1 Mia and Me, 330 to place 230. Third, number 5 Ernie's Martini, 230 to show. $2 exacta, 2-1, 930. The $1 try, 215, 1080. $1 super, 2153, 2055. $2 double, a pair of twos is 750. And the $1 pick 3, 1430. We had a couple of claims out of race 2. The winner, Where Is Essa, claimed by Sharon Chicotto, Jim Vatier, and Michael Thomas Green, moves to the barn of trainer Sharon Chicotto. Also claimed was the number 3, Bill Needle, claimed by Eleanor Tonguzzo, moves to the barn of trainer Joe Humber. Race 4 changes. A rider change on the number 1, Cowboys Sequel, make the rider Melanie Pinto. The number 2, Come to the Dark Side, will be 1 pound over at 119. Take note that the number 6, Shako, is a first-time gelding. 16 minutes to post for race 4.
Maiden claimers here in race number 4, $6,250 is the claiming price, and 6 furlongs is the distance on the main track. And looking at this group, the number 5, Sweeping Red, I'm still convinced he wants it to go longer, but this is some significant class relief for him, and I think that might be enough, especially based on what we saw on the debut, where he was third behind People who's come back to run quite well, in my opinion, and then Video Evidence, who's finished second, and actually both of Sweeping Red's efforts to date. And based on the drop alone I mentioned, you have others that are technically jumping up in class or trying a different surface while moving barns. I think we can see an improved performance from him, especially off the last out, which I thought was a little disappointing. Outside of him, the Chew in here, Come to the Dark Side, is one of those horses that I alluded to. Barn switch, surface switch, only has been seen once now, back on May 30th, now in the barn of Julie Mathis. And, don't know what to expect. I mean, there's nothing to take away from the debut other than got bumped around and never got running from there. Drop in class, looking at the pedigree in terms of what we're going to do with this one, really not a lot to go by. In terms of Olivia's uncle, Offspring, this is a horse that was in the barn of British Chicken Dance, who owns this horse, Come to the Dark Side. So tough to say. On the mare side of things, when you go to the bottom side, Dark and Intense, she was 2 for 8 in her career, but those were both on a different surface. So just hoping that the class relief and just kind of the change in scenery helps the number 2. And then finally, the number 3, Frack City. Tough to make a case for this one in some regard. I think last time out just kind of backed out of it. Really have no idea what happened. And then the sprint into Summer Cup, only beat a couple in there. But curious to see what the tactics will be, if this one will be forward. I think if Frack City is actually part of the mix early, Leo Salas and him can kind of keep him involved, and he can probably stick around for a share. And he should be a better price than the other 2. But I'm thinking that the 5, Sweeping Red, might be able to graduate in his 3rd career start. Good luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's fourth race. Race 4 is a maiden claiming race for 3-year-olds and up. Going for a claiming price of $6,250 down to $6,000, traveling a distance of 6 furlongs, competing for a purse of $18,900. Race 4 offers Win Play Show, Exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, and 20-cent pick 3 wagering. Race 4 Post Parade number 1 is Cowboy Sequel. Melanie Pinto picks up the mount for owner-trainer Joe Humber. Number 2 is Come to the Dark Side. Kirk Johnson rides for trainer Julie Mathis and owner Bruno Shigadans. Number 3 is Frack City, racing for Radcliffe Racing Stables. Leo Salas rides for trainer Ken Smith. Julie Mathis also sends out the number 4, Black Hills Sheriff. Pierre Mailhot in the saddle for owner David Mathis. Number 5 is Colebrook Farms Sweeping Red. Chris Husbands riding for trainer Kevin Buttigieg. Paul Alosher owns and trains the number 6, Shako. Edgar Zenteno has the mount. Completing the field, number 7, JMR Torino. Omar Marino rides for trainer Ken Albu and owner JMR Racing Incorporated. Final pick 3 of the day starts here in race 4. Starting gate taking position. Last call to get your race 4 wagers in. 7-5 favorite is the number 5, Sweeping Red. 2-1 support on the number 6, Shako. Final pick 3 of the day starts here in race 4. Race 4 field behind the starting gate. It is now post time. Field of 7 maiden claimers to contest a 6 furlong trip. First in, Cowboy Sequel, Melanie Pinto. Come to the Dark Side, makes his Fort Erie debut with Kirk Johnson. Trainer Julie Mathis looking for her 3rd win on the card. Frac City, Leo Salas. Black Hills Sheriff going to load without the rider. Pierre Mailhot to climb back aboard. 6-5 on Sweeping Red and Chris Husbands. Shako with Edgar Zenteno. Shako comes up, not quite. Goes in. Last up will be JMR Torino and Omar Marino. JMR Torino is well behind the gate. And goes up now. All set for race 4. And they're off. Slow break for Come to the Dark Side. From the center of the gate, Black Hill Sheriff is showing speed. Sweeping Red is advancing with Shako. Stalking that trio, we have Frac City, Cowboy Sequel along the rail, 3 lengths off the leaders. Then it's another gap of 3 to the trailing duo of JMR Torino and Come to the Dark Side. Black Hill Sheriff driven clear to make the lead. He's up by 1.5 lengths over Sweeping Red. Shako is 3rd on the outside as they pass the quarter in a snappy 22 flat. Quick for these horses. Frac City is 4th following that speed. 5 more lengths to Cowboy Sequel, who begins to stall. Come to the Dark Side, ask for more, and the trailer is JMR Torino. Black Hill Sheriff still being ridden along to keep up the tempo. Sweeping Red is 2nd. Shako 3rd on the outside. Frac City 4th. These 4 have been the dominant quartet as they pass the half in 45-2. It's Black Hill Sheriff still leading the way. He's opened up 2 lengths. Frac City trying to split horses as Sweeping Red begins to tire. Shako down the far outside. Here comes a late rally up the inside from Cowboy Sequel. Widest of all has Come to the Dark Side, but they've yet to reach Black Hill Sheriff. It's Pierre Mailhot and Black Hill Sheriff. Cowboy Sequel a late surge, but Black Hill Sheriff holds on. Black Hill Sheriff went quick early and held them off over Cowboy Sequel, then Come to the Dark Side. Sweeping Red and Frac City, 1-12-4. Unofficial in race 4, the winner is number 4, Black Hill Sheriff. 2nd is the 1, Cowboy Sequel. 3rd, number 2, Come to the Dark Side. And 4th, number 5, Sweeping Red. Unofficial race 4 order, 4-1-2-5. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's fourth race, number 4, Black Hills Sheriff. Black Hills Sheriff is a 3-year-old chestnut gelding by Reload out of Black Hills Goldie, bred here in Ontario by Paul Buttigieg. Jockey Pierre Mailhot scores his first win of the 2025 season here at Fort Erie Racetrack. After starting the day in third, Julie Mathis has earned 3 victories on the card and is now atop the training standings for the meet with 9 wins. Black Hills Sheriff is owned by David Mathis. He's hustled to the lead by Mailhot and is able to hold on to break the maiden in start number 4, completing the 6 furlongs in a time of 1:12:4. Congratulations to the connections of Black Hills Sheriff. Hold all tickets until race 4 is made official. Race 4 is now official. Prices are up. Black Hills Sheriff returns $16.90 to win, $10.20 and $6.70. Second was the One Cowboy sequel, $16.10 to place, $9.60. Third, number 2, Come to the Dark Side, $8.60 to show. $2 exacta 4-1, $321.60. The $1 try, 4-1-2, $781, 5 cents. $1 super, 4-1-2-5, $8,595, 80 cents. $2 double, 2-4, $34.10. $1 pick 3, $51.25, and the $1 early pick 4, $191.50. Head down to the paddock shack for burgers, hot dogs, sausages, fries, poutine, plus beer and soft drinks, located near the walking ring. Be sure to book your table in the Turfside Dining Room, open on live racing days. Reservations are recommended. Race 5 coming up in 17 minutes. We're on the turf. There are no changes.
Race 5 on the turf at about 5 furlongs is a maiden special weight event. And race 5, 5 furlongs, we're going to go with the number 5 in here, Video Evidence, a horse that 2 starts on the main track. He has been second in both of them. Now, after that second place finish in the Sprint and December Cup, they got a little bit more aggressive with him. They sent him to Woodbine. They put him on the Tapeta. He was part of the pace, and he backed out of it. I like that, though. In his return to Fort Erie, he was just second best behind Speedy Bullet, who ran a very, very good race. This one finished in front of the great PJ, and I have a feeling the turf's not going to be an issue. Big screens, they can pretty much run on anything. You look at the bottom side of his pedigree, My Sweet Emily, in terms of her performances. She actually was 1 for 12 on the turf, which I don't necessarily love, but I'm not really worried about it, especially at this distance. Video Evidence is a sprinter based on what we've seen at 5 furlongs and 6 furlongs on the dirt, and if he gets loose in here, this reminds me of another horse of Julie Mathis's recently. He could be very dangerous in here. So Video Evidence, the top pick. The number 7 at Magical Champagne. Ran such a good race last time out and just comes up a little bit short. And when you assess that, yes, it was a $4,000 maiden claiming event. Technically, this is a step up. But when you look at his figure that he pulled for that race, this isn't like a day and night difference, in my opinion. And I think this is a horse that really likes the turf. The two of the 3 in the money finishes have been over the surface. I thought last time out just comes up short behind a horse named Burkus, who's size-wise was a lot bigger than Magical Champagne, was motoring from, further off of it than this one. And I think the other thing to kind of consider with that is Burkus was a horse that was coming in from the Midwest and Larry Ravelli barn at one point. And, Burkus sat the trip, I mentioned, rolled from off of it, tracked in 3rd early, was able to get the job done. So Magical Champagne unfortunately came up a little bit short, but still ran a winning race. Love him in this spot. And from here, the number 2, A Fleet Prince. Gonna take respect. I mean, now goes the barn of Nick Mullaney Jr., who does a tremendous job. 42% at the meet, does very well with new acquisitions, but this is a horse that has shown speed and then has just stopped. Actually, it says stop and wilted in terms of the run line in the daily racing form, and that's a little bit of a concern. I think, in my opinion, don't know how to read that. What do you do with that sort of thing? I think sometimes we see these horses end up on the dirt instead of the turf. But again, the turf numbers here in turf sprints for reload, they're slightly above average. And another one that in theory gets class relief, where I think when you kind of look at Video Evidence based on the effort at Woodbine 2 back, this would be a softer spot for A Fleet Prince. This is certainly, less salty waters than this one had in those 2 starts to date. So he's going to take a lot of play in here, though. And for me, I'd rather go with some of the more accomplished local horses that have those in the money finishes. So I go 5-7-2 here in race number 5. Good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're happy to announce the winners of today's non-winning ticket prize draws. Could Larry Smith and John Garvey please report to customer service? You have won today's non-winning ticket prize draws. Once again, that's Larry Smith and John Garvey. Congratulations. Please head to customer service to collect your prizes. field is making their way on track for today's fifth race. Race 5 is a maiden allowance race for 3-year-olds and up. Going about 5 furlongs over the turf course, competing for a purse of $21,600. Race 5 offers win, place, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, and 20-cent superfecta wagering. Race 5 post parade, number 1 is I'm Not Lost. Juan Crawford rides for trainer Julie Mathis and owner Bruno Schickadans. Number 2 is a Fleet Prince racing for James Perrin Racing Stable. Edgar Zenteno riding for trainer Nick Malini Jr. Number 3 is Mulmer. Leo Salas pilots for trainer Paula Loescher and owner Sergio Magrin. Six Brothers Stable own the number 4, Jersey King. Ken Albu trains Chris Husbands in the saddle. Number 5 is Video Evidence. Kirk Johnson riding for trainer Julie Mathis and owner David Mathis. George Newland owns and trains the number 6, the Great PJ. The rider is Ishmael Mosquera. Completing the field, number 7, Magical Champagne. Alexis Sanchez riding for trainer Steve Cathcart, who owns with Joseph Roberto, Guy Blair, and Dan Blair. We're on the turf course for race 5, late double wagering offered here. Starting gate taking position on the turf course. Not much time left to get your race 5 wagers in. Race 5 field is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. 3-2 favorite is the number 2, A Fleet Prince. Also support for number 5, Video Evidence, and 7, Magical Champagne. Field of 7 to kick off the late double. Our sole turf race on the card. First in, I'm Not Lost, and Juan Crawford. A Fleet Prince and Edgar Zenteno. Mulmer with Leo Salas. Jersey King, Chris Husbands. The Gray, Video Evidence, and Kirk Johnson. The Great PJ and Ishmael Mosquera. Last in will be Magical Champagne and Alexis Sanchez. All set. And they're off. Hustled from the center of the gate, that's Video Evidence. Up the inside, here comes A Fleet Prince, splitting horses, Jersey King and Mulmer also ridden for position. Magical Champagne racing wide early. Towards the back are the Great PJ and I'm Not Lost. It's a stack of 5 as they roll into the far turn. On the inside, A Fleet Prince has the advantage over Mulmer. Then Video Evidence, Jersey King falling back. Very wide Magical Champagne as they pass the quarter in 22-3. I'm Not Lost looks to rally up the inside, and it's 4 lengths back to the trailer, the Great PJ. They race within the quarter pole, and now A Fleet Prince is shaken a length clear of Mulmer. I'm Not Lost is going to try and rally up the fence. Wide on the course, that's Magical Champagne. Here comes the Great PJ storming down the far outside. Mulmer puts the head in front of a tired A Fleet Prince, but the Great PJ has come from the clouds. It's the Great PJ and Ishmael Mosquera, last to first, drawing away victory. The Great PJ by 2, Mulmer second, then Magical Champagne and A Fleet Prince, 59-3. Unofficial in race 5, the winner is number 6, the Great PJ. Second is the 3, Mulmer. Third, number 7, Magical Champagne. And fourth, number 2, A Fleet Prince. Unofficial race 5 order, 6-3-7-2. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's fifth race, number 6, the Great PJ. The Great PJ is a 5-year-old bay gelding by Greenpoint Crusader out of Kisses for Henry, bred in Florida by Henry Fernander. An impressive last to first score under Ishmael Mascara, the Great PJ is owned and trained by George Newland. After a very troubled trip on July 7th, the Great PJ comes back with an impressive score, completing the about 5 furlongs in a time of 59-3. Congratulations to the connections of the Great PJ. Hold all tickets until race 5 is made official. And race 5 is now official. Prices are up. The Great PJ returns $15.50 to win, $13.90 and $5.60. Second, number 3, Mulmer, $10.40 to place, $5.80. Third, number 7, Magical Champagne, $3.10 to show. $2 exacta, 6-3, $199.50. The $1 try, 637, $609.70. $1 super, 6372, $1,790.65. $2 double, 4-6, $257.90. And the $1 pick 3, $412.50. Be sure to come out for the 90th running of the Prince of Wales Stakes, taking place on Tuesday, September 9th. New this year for the Prince of Wales is our fashion contest. Be sure to come out and see who will be crowned the best dressed at the 90th Prince of Wales. Fort Erie Racetrack would like to say thank you to our partners, Oneida New Holland of Niagara, who have provided us with a new tractor for our maintenance this season. Race 6 coming up in 22 minutes. We have a rider change on the number 3 Ontario Holiday. Make the rider Melanie Pinto.
We round out the Monday program here in race number 6, a 5 furlong event on the main track. For non-winners, a 2 life in for the claiming price is $6,250. And I'll be honest, this was a really tricky race to read. You have some horses that are fresh to Fort Erie, and by some, a vast majority, or they have sort of limited appearances here at the fort. And I think that makes it pretty tough to assess. I did go with one of the new faces, the number 1 Victory Town, now in the barn of Danny Wills, a horse that has some back class, a horse that, you go back to 2021 and even some of those performances in 2024, ran some really big races and, ended the season on one of the lower notes in terms of performances, was 5th in a field of 9, but has speed. I think with that in mind, getting onto the dirt, being a son of Speightstown, I think he's going to really like coming down to this level and getting on the dirt. So I use Victory Town on top. And should I say, he does have dirt experience early in his career. Got to go all the way back to 2020. 3 for 3 in the money on the dirt down at Gulfstream Park. Others to look at, the number 7 in here, Hey Luigi. I'm hoping he's a price. I don't know if he will be, but now just suck it off the claim for Joe Humber, who claimed this one late last year at Woodbine. They tried this one more time, and he's been at the back of the pack in that $10,000 claiming event, but he was able to roll a little bit in there. I like him in this spot, trying the dirt. I think based on what we saw in his events against non-winners of 2 Life, it took him a while to graduate. I get that, but he's at least shown a little ability in those efforts, 2, 3, and more recently. And, Mr. Marshall actually beat him 3 starts back. We saw him win recently at Fort Erie. I'm willing to use him at a price here. The dirt will be a little bit of a question mark, but we'll see what he can do, especially if he offers value. So, Hey Luigi underneath, and then finally from here, didn't have a super strong opinion. I think when you look at the morning line, the 3 Ontario Holiday is going to be one of the big players, and this one is the stablemate to the 7, Hey Luigi. Now, he does have a dirt effort. First off the claim, they put him on the dirt. It was only off a short amount of rest, and he finished 4th there in that allowance event for non-winners of 2 Life, and he chased the pace, and he tired. I think the class relief, this is where he sort of belongs. He claimed him for 7,500. They obviously tried to jump him up, which a lot of connections do, and it didn't pan out. So he should take a big step forward. He does have early foot, unlike his stablemate, and maybe that's what's able, to put him into the winner's circle. But out of the horses that I thought might get the trip, I preferred the rail runner, Victory Town, over the other pace setters. So 173 here in the nightcap. Best of luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's sixth and final race. Race 6 is a claiming race for 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races. Going for a claiming price of $62.50 down to $6,000, traveling a distance of 5 furlongs, competing for a purse of $19,800. Race 6 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, 20-cent super, and 20-cent jackpot high-five wagering. The carryover is in excess of $24,000. Race 6 post parade, number 1 is Victory Town. Ishmael Mascara riding for trainer Danny Wills and owner Janice Attard. Number 2 is Gill's Folly. Juan Crawford rides for trainer Sharon Chicotto, who owns in partnership with Gilbert Sharp. Hey Ho Stables own the number 3 Ontario Holiday. Melanie Pinto picks up the mount for trainer Joe Humber. Number 4 is Panyard Tap. Edgar Centeno rides for trainer George Newland and owner Jadon Racing. Barb Bailey owns and trains the number 5 Canadian Daddy. The rider is Pierre Mailhot. Number 6 is Silver Pistol. Chris Husbands riding for trainer George Newland and owner Robin Osborne. Number 7 is Hey Luigi racing for Joy Elkins. Alexis Sanchez rides for trainer Joe Humber. Completing the field, number 8, Imperial Star. Leo Salas rides for trainer Frank Huarty and owner Chris Huarty. 5 minutes to post for race 6, $24,000 jackpot high five carryover offered here. Starting gate is taking position. 1 minute to post for race 6. $24,000 jackpot high five carryover up for grabs here. Be the only winning ticket to take home the whole jackpot. 2-1 favorite. The number 1 Victory Town. Looking to give Ishmael Mosquera the late double. 1 minute to post for race 6. Race 6 field is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. $24,000 jackpot high five carryover here. First up, Victory Town with Ishmael Mosquera. Gills Folly makes his Fort Erie debut. Juan Crawford aboard. Ontario Holiday and Melanie Pinto. Panyard Tap with Edgar Zenteno. Canadian Daddy, Pierre Mailhot. Silver Pistol, Chris Husbands. Hey Luigi with Alexis Sanchez. Last in will be Imperial Star and Leo Salas. All set for the nightcap. And they're off. Victory Town broke slowly, as did Panyard Tap. Hey Luigi is showing speed from the outside with Silver Pistol and Imperial Star deep on the course. Then we have the pair of Ontario Holiday and Canadian Daddy. Gills Folly races along the rail from 6th, 3 more lengths back to Victory Town, and the trailer, Panyard Tap. They race into the sunset turn, the pace being made by Silver Pistol, a neck better than Hey Luigi. The opening quarter, 22-3. Imperial Star stalks from the outside in third with Ontario Holiday along the rail. Victory Town begins to fly up the inside. He's gathering ground with every stride and looks to reel in this quartet. Gills Folly is eased up. At the head of the lane, Victory Town has swung to the far outside and is going to try and reel in Silver Pistol. It's a battle of the grays at the 8th pole, and Victory Town is going best. Victory Town puts the head in front of Silver Pistol. The battle is for show. Victory Town looked like a winner at the 5/16 pole. It's Victory Town and Ishmael Mascara. Silver Pistol, then Ontario Holiday, Imperial Star, and Hey Luigi, 58 flat. Unofficial in race 6, the winner is number 1, Victory Town. Second was the 6, Silver Pistol. Third, number 3, Ontario Holiday. Fourth, number 8, Imperial Star. Fifth for the jackpot high 5 was number 7, Hey Luigi. Unofficial race 6 order, 16387. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of tonight's 6th race, number 1, Victory Town. Victory Town is an 8-year-old gray or roan gelding by Speightstown out of Bianco Tartufo, bred in Florida by Live Oak Stud. Jockey Ishmael Mascara takes both ends of the late double on impressive closers. Victory Town is trained by Danny Wills for owner Janice Attard. Second lifetime win in 21 starts for Victory Town. He takes his Fort Erie debut in impressive fashion, completing the 5 furlongs in a time of 58 flat. Congratulations to the connections of Victory Town. Hold all tickets until race 6 is made official. Race 6 is now official. Prices are up. Victory Town returns $6 to win, $3.80 and $3.20. Second number 6, Silver Pistol, $3.90 to place, $3.60. Third number 3, Ontario Holiday, $3.50 to show. $2 Exacta, 1.6, $26.80. The $1 Try, 163, $66.70. $1 Super, 1638, $249.90. The $1 High Five, 16387, $1,256.30. Multiple winning tickets in the High Five, so tomorrow's carryover will be $27,384.74. $2 Double, 6-1, $87.50. The $1 Pick 3, $756.40. $1 Late Pick 4, $1,189.30. And the $1 Pick 5, $2,123.90. The winner was claimed. Victory Town, claimed by Alicia Robillard, moves to the barn of trainer Julie Mathis. Jackpot High Five carryover is still growing, $27,384 up for grabs tomorrow. Visit our website, forterieracing.com, for information about everything going on here at the track. Tune into the pre-race show to get info about the track conditions, scratches and changes, handicapping analysis, and info about upcoming races and events. Racing is back tomorrow at Fort Erie. Post time is 4:30. And if you're on track with us tomorrow, stick around after the last race. We'll have our free concert at the Tiki Bar featuring Crude. Fort Foodie Fest returns this Sunday, July 27th. Don't miss out on the delicious action starting at noon. Basset Hound and Corgi races return to Fort Erie on Sunday, August 17th. We want to say thank you to our partners at Oneida New Holland of Niagara for providing us with a new tractor for our maintenance this season. Tune into your TV Niagara for the Fort Erie Race Replay Show, Channel 700, Thursdays at 10:30 and Saturdays at 10. And that concludes the Monday action here from Fort Erie Racetrack. We want to thank everybody who joined us on this beautiful summer evening. We will be back tomorrow. Post time is 4:30. Remember, tomorrow we have the free concert featuring Crude, so be sure to come on out again. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great Monday night.